Okay, hello, try this again. I forgot to turn on my mic. Can you hear me now? So anyways, my Stream Deck's not working. The system tried to do an update right in the middle of starting, and things have just got squirrely. So can you guys hear me yet? Art, can you hear me? Art can hear me. Okay. So can't droning with Jamie can't hear you. Much better. Okay. Yes, you can hear me now. All right. Okay. All right. So, anyways, let's just go ahead and bring in the diminutive man with a loud, strong voice, and well, I was going to say the greatest jokes in the world, but now, anyways, let's bring in Art anyway. So here we go.
Let's bring in Art anyways.
Yeah.
Love the dye job on your hair.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, doing the doing the
You
whole
look
mullet
like
thing.
Guys from Spinal Tap.
Yeah, well, it's this is actually a mullet I bought for my dummy, and Justin said no mullets, and so I Grant the other here a week or so ago, and he says, "I dare you to put that on." And I forgot it last week, and he forgot to remind me, so I remembered it this week, so I put it on. So let's bring in none other than a thunder from down under.
Yeah,
I can't get the lighting right here.
Well, that's okay. My lighting's probably not good either.
It's just been an absolute Charlie Foxtrot here as well.
Well,
took me 40 minutes to set up.
Oh man!
And every time I set up, something would go wrong. Camera went wrong, and the lighting's gone wrong, and everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep trying to move it around.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrew. Yes,
that's a little better. Or you could sit on the other side of the table and have, I don't know, the sun facing you. That's just me.
Yeah. If you're in a booth, but if you're not in a booth, you're just sitting on a park bench.
If I sit on the other side, I'm still facing another window, so it's a window on either side.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still going to do that. So
I'm going to be.
It's Kai just goes WTF? Yeah. So, anyways, I want to look a little bit more like Tim Jackson. I want to look a little bit more like Tim Jackson. So, but anyways, now I got to pull this thing off. That damn thing's hot.
I bet.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's my mullet for my dummy, and it's an adult size and his head's not quite. His is more child size. So I had it around here. I paid like $3 after Halloween was over, and they had plenty of them. So if anybody needs one, I'm sure they got more at Walmart. Yeah. But anyways, I had to put that on. Grant dared me to do it, and for whatever reason, my Stream Deck's not working. I went to start the show and pushed the start button, and it's like, I'd already noticed that I hadn't gone live when it hit 0. It says it's time to start. So, I'm a dummy too, Kai. You're right, Kai. Yeah, I'm a dummy too. So, so anyways, let's just go ahead and say hello to everybody. Let's start.
Let's do that. We got Andrew. We got Captain Ray. We got Droning with Jamie. Or if you're from Mexico, behind me. We got Tim Jackson. And Kai. Kai in the sky apple pie. Lone Star.
Lone Star UAV. Yeah.
And Johnny Drone Flyer.
Okay. And we got Grant, Mr. Stay Drunk. We got Jody from Drone Shots. 107 Drones Barkley. Tim Jackson. That would be Tim Jackson. And AZ Drone Dude.
That'd be David.
Exactly. Mr.
We got
B, that would be
Mary Burke in the chat, and Coco Star.
We got DWE UAVP. Yeah.
We got Ron, RL Photography.
Hey, Ron. Yeah.
We
got Mr. B, Artco, Dominic. We got Lee McCready. We got Johnny Drone Flyer.
Jim Bochart.
Waypoint, New England.
Hey, Jim.
That's Bryan.
Yep. Captain Joe America. Lambo drives a Zambo. Yep.
That'd be Brett.
Brett, yes. Droning with Jamie. Yeah, we've done that. And you started from the top. You started from the bottom. I started from the top.
Right.
And I think we've met in the middle.
Right.
And here comes Chaz. It's he.
Chaz.
Yeah. Captain Ray,
Lee.
we always appreciate you being here.
Oh, we got Lee. Yo,
No, he's lurking.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Whoops.
Oh. Lee.
All right.
Oh. Every time I go to click on, you click.
Sorry about that, Charles.
Not a problem.
You have nice drone world and Bill. Coast Drones.
Bill, Coast Drones. Yeah, hit the. Yeah, that's funny. You filthy animals. What was that from? That was
Blind Neil.
Blind Neil.
Blind Neil. He was lucky. He didn't see me in the mullet wig. So
yeah.
Lee McCready. Yeah. I think we've got everybody.
Mark R. White.
Mark R. White. Yes.
Yep.
Welcome. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I just had to. I was going to bring Justin the dummy on tonight, but I've got his arms and his legs made. I've got the arms all attached and ready to go. I've got his legs made. I don't have them attached yet. I don't want to bring him out until I got him completed this time. So,
okay.
And I've been busy trying to get the house ready for Thanksgiving. We're doing a ham this year because we don't like turkey. And well, you got to remember, for years, yeah, that may be true, but no, it's not. But my son actually was the manager of a butterball turkey farm.
Oh.
And they run every 8 weeks, 38,000 turkeys through every 8 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it gets, I mean, they have them staggered from chicks to then they go from one barn as chicks, and then they have to split them in two barns as they get midway, and then they have to go to 3 barns when they get full size. So, and they grow them, they grow a turkey in 8 weeks. I mean, from a chick to ready to be processed, 8 weeks,
Wow.
And of course, the thing is every, at least once a week, they got to go out and slaughter so many turkeys, test them for disease, cut them open, test them for disease. And we got turkey breasts that were coming out our ears, and he did that for like 8 years, and we got sick of turkey. He can't stand it. We don't like it. So,
well, you can make
get burned out.
Turkey fajitas, turkey adobo.
I've never really been a turkey fan to begin with. So, my mom made a good turkey. My mom made a good turkey. Now, I miss my mom's Thanksgiving turkeys from when I was a kid, but and Judy makes good turkey too, but she's not doing the cooking now. I am. So, and I'm not cooking the ham. I've contacted the place we used to get our hams from at the the barbecue joint that we used to. When COVID hit, they took their time. They took their money and ran. They retired. They sold out and retired. They had to shut down anyways.
Ronnie.
And Ronnie, God bless America. Yeah. So, anyway, so we're not doing turkey. We're doing ham. But I went to anybody who's come up here and met with me and had dinner from the community knows I go to Malon's for barbecue.
Right.
They're smoking our ham. They're doing a half ham. I think a full ham is like about $105, and a half ham is like $60 or $60.
Wow.
So yeah, but they're smoked, ready to go. I don't have to do the cook. And believe it or not, 3 years ago I was paying $60 for just a 10-pound ham or a 8-pound ham. So half ham is closer to about 12 pounds. So I'm gonna have a lot of ham. So
yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing that, and I'm trying to get the house ready, and that's why I didn't get Justin completed this weekend because I've been busy doing other stuff. So
okay.
And Windows, I'm having the same problem I think you did. Windows decided they want to do an update,
Right.
and it's screwed with my StreamYards.
Yeah.
So I've got to go back through and my profiles are saved. I just got to go back I unplugged it from the main PC and plugged it into the monitor. That didn't seem to help, so I don't know what the hell's going on. So, but I may just have to shut it down.
Well,
but anyways, that's
I'm really happy with my laptop here.
Oh, great.
Got
are you?
the screen here, and I got the big screen over there so I can read the chat and YouTube. And everything works great. I still need to get Stream Deck and vMix all set up to where
Right.
it'll work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I had, and that's why I didn't have, for some reason, the timer went, and it's supposed to carry on over to the commercial for
Food
food powder, and it didn't. Yeah, I didn't do that, so it's like, oh shit, there I am. I'm on the screen. Like, okay, well, all right.
Oh,
I don't know what the hell's going on.
we got Matt's there 420. Hey, Matt's. And we got Mel.
Mel's here. Yeah. You've been having a bunch of problems with StreamYard too. Yeah. I don't know what was going on. I'm going to, I think I'm going to do what Uncle Bill said, and I'm going to upload all of my start timers and finish timers and do it all from right inside StreamYard. And, that way. But we had a fun show on his show last night. I got on for a little while. He was calling me names, so I figured I better go on and defend myself.
Okay.
Well, he was sort of, what it was he said about, I send the link to so-and-so, but, he never shows up. He's such a dick. And he says, oh, and I sent Lloyd a link too, and he doesn't show up. And somebody says, so you're calling Lloyd a dick? I told him my name's Lloyd, not Dick, but, whatever. So.
Well, and I only show up if I don't have to work on Monday.
Right. Yeah. Well, I didn't hit anybody, last weekend. I think I slept through your show Saturday. I meant to come in, and I fell asleep. What happened? And
yep.
Maybe I'll be. Yeah, I know. I'm a dick. Okay, give me a break. Run StreamYard incognito mode. Okay. Well, right now my StreamYard's working okay, but that's what. Now, that was something that when I was doing things with Greg, and I'd have to be able to post announcements and stuff or put stuff up on from this side. I ran it. I had to log into Wirecrash. I had to log into it incognito because that's the only way it would work. It's like so. But
we got Chris Hope. He's over at my channel.
And okay, yeah. Chris called me. I talked with him tonight. If you want, send him a link. See if he'll.
Okay.
Send him the link and see if he wants to come on. Send one to Ron Lockwood and see if he wants to come on too. It looks like Hot Rod and Daytona's here. Emmy Jean, welcome to the show.
Jean.
So, but yeah. So, what do y'all, Charles? What are you planning for Thanksgiving?
We're still not sure yet. We're not sure if my brother's going to come, but we've got a turkey. It's in the fridge, all thawed out.
Okay.
We'll cook the turkey. We've got some sweet potatoes. I bought some stuff today at Trader Joe's that we might get into. I bought some. They had these porcini and truffle mushroom raviolis that just called out to me. I'm like, okay, you are going home with me. So
yeah.
I said to Mom, what do you think? Thanksgiving Day, maybe? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Mm-hmm.
It does. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're having with the side. I guess I need to contact my boys and see if they'll bring something. And if they don't, I'll make dressing, which is what I usually do anyways. And but yeah, I still got some stuff to move into the back part of the house that we're not using right now. And
there you go.
When I was switching out the rooms, I had to put it all in big box. I got it all in big. I don't know. They're about 3 foot deep, about 3.5 foot long, and about 3-foot wide, plastic containers. You buy them at Lowe's or something,
Right.
And I've got probably 6 of them out there that I got to move to the other end of the house, and they're packed. And but yeah, and I have one of those. It's like a Cricut cutter, or one of those printers that cuts out to do this kind of stuff. And I can't remember what my brand name is. It's put out by brother, and Scan and Cut's what it's called.
Okay.
And I have one of those. Well, I bought all this material, and then last year at Christmas time, I had it all sitting on my kitchen table. I packed it away, took it off the table, and put it up somewhere.
Hi,
I
Jim.
couldn't find it. I hadn't been able. So this summer I was printing out some stuff, and I had to go buy all new stuff because I needed it, Or this spring this last spring, and it's like, what the hell happened to that stuff? And when I switched this back to the main bedroom of the house, the big bedroom this year, I didn't find it. I thought, where the hell is it? Well, this weekend, Judy started, she got up and was pilfering and digging around for stuff, and she just moved one thing off of this stand that I have that has a bunch of stuff there. She wanted to know what was in some boxes. When she did, I looked right on top was the box full of all that stuff. So now I've got plenty of, iron-on stencil stuff that I can make. So it's like, but
we got Bob Casey.
Hey,
Jim
Bob
Stanley,
Casey.
Hey, Bob.
and we got Smart Chris, Sunshine, Water Media.
Oh, okay. I'll bet it'd be a lot easier if I took it off Top Chat and went to Live Chat.
Yeah, that might work.
So,
Yeah,
but we're just going to do ham, and we're going to do what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I will be at my sister's house, and my niece and her husband and her son will be there, and we will be having a turkey breast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing. What else? Oh, green bean casserole, rolls, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. That sounds good. When I was out shopping the other day, I stopped and I look for stuff that I can pop in the microwave because, I've got an oven, but I don't have a stove because it went out last Christmas and I have yet to buy a new one. It's not the whole thing. I've got an oven. I just don't have the stovetop, and I need to replace it. And I've just been too damn cheap. It's just Judy and I. Most everything we cook, I can cook in a microwave or in a skillet. And so I was clean. So the other day I was out and I saw these in the freezer section. They're boxed about this big a square, and they're Red Baron peaches. And there's 2 of them in a box. And I thought, I'm going to try them. I'm not a big fan of some microwave peaches. I be honest with you, I like the cheap ones you can throw in there. They cost, $1. Used to cost 90 cents. Now they're like $1.20. But, but I popped them in there and just cut them. And well, I thought that's what I'm going to have for supper tonight. And I cooked it. And a lot of them, when you get them small peaches, they make their pepperoni. They grind it up to look like hamburger, or in sausage and stuff. But this actually had small pieces of pepperoni on it, so of actual pepperoni. And let me tell you, it might be kicking back, but damn, it was good. And it's letting me know that it's still there. But oh my God, that Red Baron, single serve. It's only about that big around. It's like a giant cookie or something. It's just about you get about as much in it. It's deep dish. You get about as much in it as you do off buying a slice of good pizza.
Right.
But at 4 of the 10 cans. Oh, he's talking. I was trying to read what Mel was saying there. But yeah, so I had that tonight, but I am tired. I've been going at it. I worked yesterday and I worked today, and started working Friday, doing cleaning house and stuff. And because usually I'll wait until the last day, and it's like on Wednesday, and I'm going nuts, and by Thursday morning I'm still cleaning, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to get ahead of the curve, and but now I watched. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, or if anybody's seen it, but I watched Is it the blue tick? Is that what it is? The blue or not? Not the blue tick. The
Blue
blue beetle. Yeah. Yeah, blue beetle. I was going to say blue flea. I couldn't remember what it was, but that was actually a funny movie. It was entertaining. It was definitely better than Shazam 2, which was a which that was a and it was actually better. It was better than the Flash, so I thought it was entertaining. Like I said, it was funny. And I didn't have to pay for it. Well, I have HBO Max or Max Discovery or Max. Well, I don't know, whatever the hell they call it. Still HBO.
Well, we do have Max 420 in the chat.
Yeah, do we? Max 420? Well, yeah, we should because Tammy Jean's there. So,
right. But, and speaking of 420, Catskill Brad sent me a glass pipe that I could be giving away. Multi-colored, blown. It looked pretty cool. But also, one of the cool gifts that I will be giving away is this little necklace that has a couple
scorpions in it. Cool.
Yeah. So
and those are the kind that will hurt you. The small ones.
Yeah.
Yes, the bigger scorpions aren't as poisonous as those little ones are. Those little ones will. Yeah, the little ones are the ones you want to watch out for because they're far more poisonous.
They'll get in your shoes, and that's how my dad got nailed once in the Philippines because he got one of those. Oh, and then one time he got nailed by a centipede that was in his shirt. And his shoulder just swelled up like a football. And these aren't the little tiny scorpions. These are like 6 inches long scorpions. They're not scorpions, but centipedes. Yeah.
Having cataract. Oh, well, good luck with that, Mark, because I mean, mine have turned out good. And Judy's have turned out good. So it happened so quick that, now Judy, she was actually aware of one of her eyes. She actually saw them starting to cut into it before the happy juice kicked into. Yeah, she actually was not quite as far out as they thought, but yeah, but it's kind of the biggest pain in the ass is putting the drops in 3 and 4 times a day, and making sure you keep the plastic cover over your eyes at nighttime so you don't rub it. And
right, yep, I had that happen when I got the LASIK, and because my corneas were so thin, I did the old method where instead of what they do is they cut off that outer covering and then open up the lens and then zap it. Well, they just zapped it, and it's like all you see it's like a little square and a bunch of little dots flashing.
Right.
And then they quench your eyes, and you hear this like bacon.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it sounded like, and it's like, oh, gee.
Yeah, they just fried my eyeball.
And so it took me a while to get used to it because, when I first got it done, I'm like going, oh my God, what the hell did I do? And then after a few weeks, when it all healed up, I was fine, just adjusting because I got one eye for distance and one for up close, and because I'm right eye dominant, that's the one that's for distance. And my left eye is for reading.
Yeah.
So
And that's
sometimes when I'm watching TV, I kind of do something like this because
right.
yeah. And I got
Yeah, well, and that's what I should have done with my cataract surgery but they said, you got up close vision. I said, yeah. I said, I read my in the long of it, I put my glasses on to see the TV or to see the print here, but and I had a spot that was fixed in my eye that was always in the center on my right eye, and I was blind in that spot. When they fixed that, they got rid of that, but about a month afterwards, I started getting just a small little shadow that is there. But I was having to learn to shoot left eye dominant because I couldn't focus on the center post. I couldn't get that sight up like that. I couldn't focus on it. Well, I can now. I can go back to shooting right eyed again, but where that spot that is. It's not as dominant as it was. It's just sort of a shadow now. I can still see, I can pull up my gun but I still tend to do the left eye dominant just because I've gotten used to shooting that way. But I can pull up and shoot and with my right eye. But yeah, I lost part of the vision in that eye a long time ago, and it's right in the center. I mean, it was like a damn near. Right, it was like putting my thumb up right in front of my eye and then trying to look around it. It was like I couldn't see the sight. So that's when I started shooting left eye dominant. When I went out to get my concealed carry, they looked at me and said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I can't see out of my right eye." I said, "I'm right-handed." I said, "So I got to shoot left eye dominant." And they go, "Does that work?" I said, "Well, it does for me." I said, "I hit the target." I didn't shoot any of my neighbors. I said, what the hell?
It's a good start.
Like I said, if you can't hit them with 8 shots, throw the damn thing at them.
Now, when you got the cataracts done, did you have any floaters before that?
I had a few floaters before that, yes.
Does that take care of those floaters, or
it took care of a good portion of. That's basically what the shadow is I got now. It's one floater that's in that general area. It's slightly above and off to the side from where the blind spot was. What happened was I had what they determined was I had a floater in my eye that just froze. Because of the MS and stuff, the gel in the eye is starting to solidify.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, we can put a needle in it. We can cut your eye open and we can extract that stuff out and then put in fresh fluid. And I said, when I get that bad in that eye, just buy me a damn patch and I'll play a pirate,
And your chances of getting an infection go way up.
Way up. Yeah. So it's like, I'll just, but when I had the cataract surgery, it was fine.
They do have laser treatments for that. And it's a Yagi laser, and it only disintegrates that piece of material. And I've seen videos on YouTube.
Right.
Yep.
The floaters are just bits of distress inside the eye fluid, and they will actually drain out eventually. Yeah. And like I said, I had this one, and it wasn't there, and it popped up, and it's not in the same spot where, like I said, I had a blind spot right in the center of my eye, and I guess that's where the cataract had really gotten bad, and I didn't know it. I didn't even know I had cataracts until he told me. He said, "I told you 4 years ago you had these." I said, "I've slept since 4 years ago. Hell, I probably didn't remember it 5 minutes outside the office, so, but and Mark, TJ, glad to see you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably need cataract surgery in the next few years for that. So hopefully it'll take care of a bunch of floaters when I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've got a couple annoying spots that are like just off the center, and it's like one eye is closer to the edge, and the other, and it's just
He's got Lincoln in his eyes instead of Cadillacs.
yeah, Cadillacs.
Yeah.
That'd be Rinkin.
Lincoln, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For all you Oriental people.
Yeah.
Cadillac.
So,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I've you guys, I've been talking and I've been showing some and working on Justin and all this stuff, and I got the eyes set up. I'm not happy with them, but so the thing is in the community of dummy builders, dummy makers, they don't share secrets. Yeah, they very seldom. They'll put a picture of what their mechanics looks like, but it will be slightly out of focus, so you can't really, they'll show their dummies, but they don't want you to know how their mechanisms work. So everybody knows, that's been around in the United States and been around ventriloquism as a kid, for years. The Jerry Mahoney dummies that you could buy, little toy ones. They sold them in magazines, and Sears sold them, and well, one of the guys found in a, of course, whenever somebody finds something unique in a junk store, well, he found a Jerry Mahoney, original one from the 50s, put out by Juro, and it was
Nevada.
one of the few, Nevada. It was one of the few that, because most of them, the Jerry Mahoney, his eyes are painted on those toy grade versions. They're fixed, painted on eyes, but he found one that had the moving eyes from the factory. They weren't an upgrade. It was just that way. It was, and the head had been the head had been opened up so you could see in it. And I spent all this time, hooking up all this stuff, trying to all these different ways of fixing it. And when I saw how they made that, it is so damn simple. I'm sitting there going, well, if I'd have seen that, that's how I'd have made my eyes work. I mean, it's a Chinese toy, or Japanese toy, and it's just very, very simple wiring bracket. I've got everything there to do it. I just got to, go back in and form the wire to make it, and then put my lines on that to pull it side to side, and it'll be, and I'll have a smoother action. It's just like, but I'm to the point right now, I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'll work on the dummy after Thanksgiving and try to get him finished up before the end of Christmas.
Right, Brandi.
Yeah, right. They left out the testicles. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you what. Hey, that thing he did with the Thanksgiving luncheon with the military, where he gets down talking to that little girl like he did, that was like, okay, that's
kind
just,
of cringy.
all cringy for sure. Yeah, like oh, you've got such a pretty name. I'm sure that had he not looked like a yeah, well, he said her ears were beautiful, and I think she had on toy bunny ears, but it just didn't sound right coming from some guy who's,
I know.
by the way, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, he's 81 years old. And I heard that they're going to be using
Bernie, our favorite comedy. At least he's got more with it upstairs than he does.
Well, and they were talking about that. I could have done that. There actually, the way I've got it set up right now, I could put servos and everything and make it remote, but I like the manual hand controls on it. But yeah,
that freak out people. You'd have the dummy way over there on the other side, and all of a sudden the eyes start
Paul Zerden, who is a British ventriloquist, was on America's Got Talent, and he won it. And one of the routines he has is the dummy gets lippy with him, and he walks off stage and says, "Fine, you do it." He says, the dummy says, "I could do it without you." He says, "Okay, there you go." He sets the dummy up, and he walks off stage, and the dummy's just sitting there just looking. Then all of a sudden you see his head move. Is he gone? Is he okay? Don't tell him, and of course.
Oh boy, I bet that freaked out the gals.
Well, the thing was is there is this guy Paul Zerden's from England. The problem that he caught flack over was not the fact that it wasn't a unique routine, but he actually stole the whole routine from another famous ventriloquist, and that ventriloquist was you're using this to help you win America's Got Talent because the reason Paul Zerden came from England to do America's Got Talent is because he wanted to do Las Vegas, if he won. Because Britain's Got Talent was to go do the Queen's Ball or whatever it is now, the King's, whatever they call that show over there. Well, he's already done that twice as a ventriloquist on his own. He's been invited on there twice. He says, he would rather have
a big deal.
He would rather have so it was no big deal because he'd been doing this for a long time. But the fact that he stole somebody else's routine almost verbatim,
so
and I'd see
like the Carlos Mencia of ventriloquism.
Yeah. Even
Dominic knows who that is.
The Royal Variety Performance. Thank you, Mark. I knew you'd know it. The Royal. Yeah, Paul Zerden had already been on there twice, and he just couldn't see the point of going on there a third time. But so he came, and he did win. I mean, he won America's Got Talent, but he got such praise over this routine. Well, this routine was developed by another ventriloquist about 15 years ago.
Oh.
Or 20 years ago, long before Paul Zerden was using it, and the script was almost identical too.
Wow.
It's okay to ad lib somebody else's jokes if you modify them a little bit, but you just don't take and do their whole damn routine and call it yours and say it's original. That's
it's
you're right, Mark.
Comedy realm to use other people's materials. However, there are, you could have a situation where you had two different people, just happen to come up with the
same joke and routine.
Concept, and not even be anywhere near the other person, and somebody will say, "Hey, that sounds like so and so's bit." Well, you shouldn't.
That happens in magic a lot too. Because magicians are famous for they're famous for stealing other people's stuff, but they're famous for trying to keep their secrets, and but when you figure you can, as a magician, you can go to a magic shop and buy damn near any trick you want. If you want to pay the money for it,
there you go.
Buy it from somebody, If they put it up for sale, it's viable, But there's a lot of that stuff that goes on in magic, and the jokes kind of go, in ventriloquism. There's not. That's where Jeff Dunham is probably. That's why he protects the way when he built that Earl URL Earl the dummy over COVID. He never showed how his mechanics worked.
Right.
He showed the carving of it, but he never showed any of the mechanics.
Kovacian, and we got Dusty, East Coast Thrills.
East Coast Thrills, welcome. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? But Jeff Dunham, his stuff, and and of course, all of his stuff is original stuff, his jokes, and he write. That's the thing. He's a comedian.
Is not original.
He didn't make Peanut. No, he paid somebody to make that.
Out of all the dummies, he's the only one that's the soft. So
the only soft one, soft type dummy, yeah.
And all the other dummies are composite.
Dummies. Either wood or like they're called hard bodies.
Right. Yeah, he does 3D print.
Right.
3D print.
Yeah.
And that's how he made AJ. which is Ahmed's son. That was
Yep.
all 3D. And
Yeah, so was Earl. He 3D printed Earl. But here's the thing, it's like with Justin, my dummy I'm working on. I bought the STL file, 3D printable file. My son Patrick printed it for me, and then I have been sculpting on him working. But Kenny Crows, who is actual dummy builder, he carves all of these, and then he uses a 3D, like a LiDAR type thing, to take a 3D image and then converts it. Yeah, it's a scanner, and then they convert it into STL files, and then they can print it out. And it's easier. And then, like with Jeff Dunham, what he does is he goes through and he uses, like what I've done, is one of the epoxy putties. There's half of it. I got the epoxy putty soft sculpt. I don't really like it, the one I've got. So it's two parts, but the one part's really easy and pliable. The other part is, good God, it's like you got to almost cut it out and work it for a half an hour just to get it to where it's pliable enough to mix it with the other side, And the other side is like, that goo, that green goo that they sell in stores, it's just real pliable and stretchy. Like, so everything I do, it's like I do little bits at a time. And when it hardens up like wood. I mean, it's like a hardwood too. It's, you sand on it and you actually got to start sculpting it before it sets up, because once it sets up, it's just like, it's like granite, and, but
yeah, you pretty much would need a Dremel tool to
I've got one.
carving.
Yeah, I've got a battery operated Dremel. Yeah.
Right.
And, I use a sanding wheel on it when I was sanding, because what I did is I put a layer on it, sand it, get it down, put some more in it, build it up, sand it some more, get the rough edges. I didn't get them all out of there. I didn't get it completely smooth, but.
And plus you could modify the face, or you can maybe make the cheekbones a little more pronounced.
Right. Exactly.
You can put a mole or whatever.
This, like old Joe right here, that is actually, I was talking about the Jerry Mahoney that was, one of those 36-inch or about 36-inch Jerry Mahoney dolls. Well, that's what this originally was. This is considered an upgrade. The difference is the guy that builds these, he completely redoes the whole face. He builds, so each one is an individual. But if you can't really, but those teeth there, that's the actual mouth of the doll it's not Juro, I can't remember, but he does all this with sculpts out the ears, redoes all of it, and then paints it. And so, yeah, and that's why I look like I do. That's why I'm so damn good looking. Because Steve Berry made me. Anyway, Steve Berry is a sculptor on him, and his stuff is his standard stuff is pretty recognizable, but he does custom stuff too that lookalikes, and boy, he's good at it. But he's but that one right there, if you buy an upgrade, say over the internet, from, I forgot who, Braylu, no, it's not Braylu, I forgot. Things, that's who it is, throwthings.com. They sell the upgrades, and but they're not that sculpted. They're basically, all they do is cut out the eyes, add the eye, add hair, and make the eyes move back and forth. They're not sculpted like Joe is here. This is a complete sculpture laid over the plastic, like you said, you would do with the 3D printed one, and that's the way this is done. And he puts in nice glass eyes and stuff like that. So, but that's what sort of what I started doing with Justin. And but yeah, 3D printing is the way a lot of guys are going now. Right. And then they layer that epoxy putty, over it and work it and sand it down and they were talking about hardwood, and I said, yeah, well, okay, that's pretty, but they were talking about firewood, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But, anyways, So
Well, you know, Mary Burke likes a lot of wood.
Are we going to go down that path?
Yeah, we
you already
will.
did. Yeah. Yeah.
And Coco Star
Yeah.
and Bree and Jules. Anyway.
Yeah, Dominic, you should do a walk
and
around
Sierra
town.
Mm.
Yeah. I'd like to go on her Mile High Club.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same for you, would it? It'd only be like a half mile.
Yeah, it would be a half mile. Yeah. Yeah, well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least I'm specially designed for muff diving. Anyway.
Oh my God. Yes, you're right, Tammy Jean. He's obsessed with these ladies, you know.
Yes.
You need to get back to the Philippines.
Yes, that's right.
You need to figure out your retirement plan and head back there pretty soon because, you know, that way you won't have to worry about watching Mary Burke so
Right.
much.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to shovel goddamn snow or clear off my car, get frost off in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing I'd have to worry about is, I don't know, maybe volcanic dust from a volcano.
Well, yeah. You know. Yeah. Well, hey, in Oklahoma,
And how often does that happen? You know?
about every 3 years
Yeah.
at this
something
rate.
like
Yeah,
that.
about every 3 years right now.
Yeah.
And where was? Oh, there's one going off in what is it? Iceland. Iceland's got a
Yes.
real.
Mhm.
They got a
Oh,
big
yeah.
one.
Vicious. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's they're expecting that to be bad because it's all magma underneath. You know, it's like what they say, a 10-mile magma tunnel. That's what I said, magma.
Yeah.
I didn't say mega.
The whole island is a volcano.
Dr. Evil.
No. Magma. Yeah. Yeah, they were making fun of me saying "worse" last night on yeah, they're giving me crap last night on
washing
Uncle
machine.
Bill's show. Yeah, the washing machine. Well, I mean, when Tom comes on and he doesn't use a damn darn anything, he talked for an hour and I didn't use one friggin' R. I think he used two. You know, for an hour he talked and he didn't. You know, he's just like, and they started counting how many times he didn't use the R's. You know, they were keeping track. You know? I said the less he uses, the more I can use. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 73 out there. Well, right now it's 50 degrees outside. And
Hey, we got Bill from, I don't know how to read that. I'm guessing it's Chin Dynasty.
yeah, it's Bill at Chin Dynasty. Yeah.
He's over on my channel.
Yeah. That's Bill at Chin Dynasty. And I suspect that says Chin Dynasty, but it's in
Which
Chinese.
sucks because you can't, kind of answer him, with the ampersand and
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's not on. I don't think I have any of those on my keyboard.
No. Well, you know what? There is a program where you could change your keyboard to any alphabet. Like if you're saying Russian, you want to change it to Cyrillic.
Cyrillic, yeah.
We could do that. Or if you're in Greece, you could put Greece on it. Then it
Wouldn't
gets
it make
all
it hard to type though?
I was going to say your
just gonna
fingers would
say,
slip
you
off the
know,
keyboard. Yeah.
Slipping off the keys.
I know.
You knew we were going with that one. You just set it up. And you just,
You need a shot of Ouzo just to flip and forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah, but who wants alcohol that tastes like caraway seeds?
Yeah,
Or
really.
licorice? Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I've actually, because it's, well, when you start, you talk about you can load anything into any keyboard into your iPhone. That's true, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough trouble with English. I don't need to be learning anything else, Although I used to, I haven't used it. I can read a little bit of it, but I learned New Testament Greek back 40 years ago, 45 years ago. You know, I learned to read Greek, but it's New Testament Greek, which is different than what modern Greek is. It's almost like it's from the time period of when the New Testament was written. You know, which isn't quite the antiquities Greek that you see, say, with Aristotle and stuff like that. Language, punctuations and all that stuff changed up. Enunciations and pronunciations, it changes over time, just like English does. Like who knew there was no R in Warsh?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Lloyd, you know why there's no 0 in our calendar? You go from BC to AD. There's no
right.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because it was written in Roman. There's no Roman numeral
for 0. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And BC stands for
before Christ.
Before Christ.
Yeah.
And AD is
Anno Domino. After.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Domino's Pizza.
Year of our Lord.
Right. And I play dominoes better than you play dominoes.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched Saturday Night Live, you'd know what that means. Father
Guido Sarducci.
Yeah, Guido Sarducci, yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't it Saturday Night Live that he was on, or was it on
that
was, or was it on Laugh-In?
It was
Saturday. It was
first season, first few
that's
seasons.
That's the last time I watched Saturday Night Live was when that first season. I haven't watched it since then.
It got funny when Phil Hartman was on it.
Yeah, and, I didn't like his humor.
Farley and David Spade and Rob Schneider. That was
Rob Schneider's okay.
It just got too. It got Wolfer. It just it just plain sucked because now they just cater to 1% of the population in New York City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I watched it with the first season or so, and it was just like, okay, all right, yes. Do what?
Candygram.
Candygram?
Oh, you don't remember that?
Yeah.
No, they'd open up the door and the shark would come out and.
Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I haven't watched. Like I said, I haven't even seen reruns of it.
You gotta be old to remember that. I was in high school. That came out in '75, and I didn't start watching until my senior year in high school.
Yeah, so I think I watched
Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy was a little later.
He was a little later, but you had Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, John Belushi, and Gilda Radner, John Belushi, and Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, yep.
Yeah, Blues Brothers.
Yep. And who was in season 2? That would be Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh yeah.
Everybody hated season 2.
Yeah,
and Gilbert was so unforgettable. And it's like, it wasn't Saturday Night Live. What? And it wasn't until after he died that I go, oh yeah, he wasn't, but he was a totally different character.
Right.
He wasn't like this really annoying, Jewish guy, like talks like right now.
Yeah. Sounds like he's constipated and trying to take a crap when he talks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was he in the Casper movie? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. I haven't watched that one, and I it's like some of these shows, or some of these movies like Casper. I see it once, and like it just wasn't quite there. Now, Beetlejuice, I'll watch over and over, and no, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see the new one or not. Because and then Here's a question. Here's a philosophical question. Why did the writers go on strike this
Get
year?
on the other side.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because as far as deserving a pay raise, most of these Hollywood writers haven't written anything new and original in the last 40 years.
40,
It's just it's just a remake of the same shit that was out in the 70s, They're just trying to redo it. It's like, or the early 80s, And it's
hey,
like, why the hell did
Gilligan's Island, only we'll do it in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was Star Wars. Oh, no, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like they have not done anything.
That's a good point.
What?
Money regarding AI. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
I bet AI could probably write far funnier shit.
Well, and that is part of the reason they went on strike. They didn't want AI to replace them.
Right.
Because they saw the trend coming and they decided they needed to start getting because some of the stuff that AI was taking was
Jebediah, we need to stop these automobiles from taking over our horse and carriage business.
Yeah.
And then Studebaker got smart and said, hey, you know what? Automobiles might be the way to go. And then they transition.
Yeah,
from making carriages to
yeah. Well, same with Fisher carriages. They made Chevy bodies for
Right.
They started out making carriages, but then they started making Chevrolet or GM bodies for years. I mean, probably none of the young.
Studebaker screwed up was their marketing was just really shitty back in the 50s. They tried to be everything to all people instead. Tried to get a niche in their market. So, same with Packard. And where GM, Ford, and Chrysler, they dominated the market because they had brands that would fit different markets.
Yeah.
Why should I buy a Nash Rambler, and that's how they changed and became American Motors, and they eventually went away and got bought up by Chrysler, and they only wanted the Jeep brand name.
The Chevy Nova, my brother had a Chevy Nova. Andrew, you're right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, when I broke my arm when I was 6, my dad took me over to it was a Saturday, and this is when a doctor would come into his office on a Saturday, and my dad and my dad drove me over, my brother rode with me because they were getting ready to have a wedding shower for my sister and her new husband that night. My grandfather had come over. I fell off a fence waving at him and broke my arm.
New husband as opposed to...
It was a wedding shower. They'd already gotten married. So it was a
new husband.
It was her new husband. They just gotten married.
Ah, okay.
See, they got married down. They lived in New Mexico and got married down there, and then came up to Colorado to introduce him.
In New Mexico, and that's why he's new. Okay.
Yeah, no, that he was. Yeah, no, it was her. It was her first husband too, by the way. But anyways,
okay.
Out of 5 or
really
6.
New then.
Yeah, he was real new. Yeah, because he was
a new model. He was an experiment.
Well, yeah, he was, because she got married to another guy and divorced him and got married to a third guy, divorced him and then remarried him. So he was her third and fourth husband.
Oh, okay.
Right, and then she was married to She had 5 marriages. She had 5 marriages and 4 husbands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she ended up with the retread that was actually not that bad.
Yeah. Well, they got divorced again too. So.
Oh, okay.
But they ended up in there. They still remained best friends.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, They decided they were great best friends and they'd do anything for each other. They just couldn't be married to each other.
Right. Yep.
But yeah. Anyways, the doctor I forgot where the hell I was talking about breaking my arm. Oh,
yeah, you broke your arm.
Right. And they were my dad had a 1955 Rambler or a Nash.
Yeah.
And they had the lay down seats. So they laid down the seat for me and my brother held my arm up for me while I laid down there and dad drove. And this is before they required seatbelts in cars too, by the way. So, I ended up I broke it here. I broke it here and here and then shattered both bones in between. So I broke both bones, just completely shattered that whole. So I had to go in surgery, have to have that reset. Okay. Yeah. So I broke it twice since then. So because it's kind of weak. So I've learned to fall like this now instead of like this. Because last time they said you might lose that if you break it again. Like okay,
there's a cold front coming through.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so we had a 50 in my mom and dad traded off for a 1961 Oldsmobile. And they went over to actually it wasn't a 55, it was a 53 Nash.
Oh, 53.
And they traded it off for a 59 Oldsmobile. Okay. And then they wanted to trade in another vehicle. Well, the problem with the Nash was the engine was about blown. It was burning oil and everything. And Dad got the thing running long enough to get it to the car dealership. So about 2 months later, they decided they wanted to trade in the 56 Buick station wagon in the teal blue, the one with the holes in the sides, in the fenders.
Yeah,
and
before.
Before. And anyways, they decided to trade that in on another Oldsmobile because they liked the 59. So me being a dumb kid, not really paying attention to what things were or not. So we're sitting there and we've just tried out this new car and everything. And I'm sitting in the back seat and Dad's negotiating with the guy. And the windows rolled down and I said, "So, hey, how'd you like that Nash we traded for you?" And I thought my dad was going to strangle because it was a piece of shit. He got a good trade on it. Got a great trade on it, but, I think he put some sawdust. He used old used car sales tricks to get it into the dealership long enough. I think he put sawdust in there to keep it from rattling too bad, And
okay.
And my mother's just like, and my dad gets in the car and says, "I told you to keep your damn mouth shut and not bring that up."
Right.
But what the hell?
I told you to leave that dummy at home.
Yeah, that's about the way he felt about it too.
Yeah.
They never took me car shopping again after that either.
I bet. They probably said, "What group home did we get him from?" Anyway.
Yeah, well, they'd leave with my older brother and sister until they left home, and my sister would protect me and my brother would chase me around the house with a bayonet and I'd have to.
Oh, okay. That's.
I hate to stay with my brother because he scared the shit out of me. He was 10 years older than me. And he scared the hell out of me. He thought it was funny, and he wonders why I'm not best friends with him now, but yeah. He's a good guy. He really is. He's he's old, so so am I. So whatever,
So are we going to do a marathon show tonight?
Oh shit! No, we're not. Hey guys, if you want to watch a real show with something worthwhile, instead of me bullshitting, and let me apologize right now to Charles for not letting him talk so much. Or Dominic. Dominic didn't even get in a.
Everything's got issues here, so.
And
Dominic likes to be in the shadows during the show.
Yeah, I know. It's just a bit of
because he's in protective custody there.
Right.
I didn't think it would be this bad.
You didn't think it would be that bad? Yeah.
We just had a blue dot over his face. Kind of like.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm sure they're doing their show tonight. Drone Nation has already
I've got
started.
Notification about 5 minutes.
Did
ago.
you? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
Well. So let me see if I can do this without too much trouble. But I want to go ahead and switch this if I can find it because my keyboard is not working.
Yep.
Like, if I organize it the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. It's right there, and that's your cricket center.
Yeah, it is. Right. Where the hell is it? Well, anyways, to hell with it. I'm not even going to show it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to thank everybody and say, hey, I appreciate you all being here.
Good.
And have a great, wonderful Thanksgiving. Art,
Yes.
you have a good Thanksgiving. Charles, thanks for being here.
You too, Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominic, I know you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, but have something nice on us on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll have a turkey sandwich for lunch on Friday.
There you go. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, I'm just going to cut it off. No fanfare because I've run way too long. So, all right.
Yep.
Everybody be safe out there. Drive safely. Don't drink and drive. All that stuff that they tell you ain't supposed to do that means you can't have fun. So, anyways, be safe, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody from the Grumpy Vlogger and my crew. So I appreciate it. All right. And in